Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Gail Grandison, and I am the chair of the Youth and Education Committee. I want to welcome you all to our June meeting. It is now 7:42, and I will call this meeting to order. I'm going to just ask you guys to quickly identify yourself, committee member, board member. It's not a lot of us on here, but I respect your time, and as we go through this, if other folks get on, then that's fine. So, Miss McCain Brown,
Good evening, everyone. Monica McCain Brown, committee member.
thank you. Mr. Tate,
Yeah, good evening, everyone. George Tate, committee member.
hello, Mr. Tate. Can I tell you guys, like everywhere I go, I always run into Mr. Tate. It's just so funny. At an event, just in the gym, I
Yeah,
run into Mr. Tate. It's always a pleasure.
try to
Always
stay
a
active.
pleasure.
Pleasure is mine.
Thank you. Let's see, Miss Walls, please introduce yourself.
Simone Monet Walls, committee member.
Thank you. Is anybody else on? I don't. It's just the three, Miss Farah. I don't. On my screen, I'm not seeing anyone else. So, is that fair?
Yeah, just the three for now.
Okay. All right. Great. Um, so I am going to move into chairperson's report and very to report. But just to let you guys know, there is an email that has been going around, and I hope maybe you guys have seen it, and it's regarding SUNY Downstate. So it's an update. There's a briefing, a community briefing on SUNY Downstate on June 13th, which is on Friday. It's virtual. I'm going to ask Ms. Farah to please share it with you. So if you can get on, if you're one of those folks that have been advocating for SUNY Downstate to remain open, then here's another chance to hear what is happening and, what is being said and if there's any further decisions that has been made. Last week, Wednesday, I went to, I want to get the name correct, a networking breakfast with the Bridging Access to Care Inc. They invited me to a networking breakfast. And I was really glad that I did go. I networked with good few people, and it was so funny that while I was there, that there were other organizations, and these were a lot of health service organizations, right? Um, and some that are in the community. They're, on Flatbush Avenue, some in the Rugby area and stuff. And then there were some folks that were there. Like there was one, for example, the Wellness Center at Bedford Stuyvesant Family Health Center. Um, Bridging Access to Care has a mental health clinic. We were able to tour the clinic. It's a beautiful facility. The space is really, really nice, and they're doing great work over there. So, if we ever need to get any kind of, mental health um, services, there's also about housing, parenting. There's different individual counseling, support groups, social services, medication management. They're doing a really a great deal of work over there. And it was really great to see the space, the adult section, and then the kids section. One Brooklyn Health was also there, talking about their services. Excuse me. Fifth Avenue Committee was there. They do also, community services with housing, family, employment, more tax preparation. And then Brooklyn Workforce, they have several locations, but they offer a whole range of services, software programs to prepare young adults. They also have a trainee and he earns commercial driver's license and stuff. So, in just saying that, it was great to be there, form partnerships and relationships. I know that a lot of these things may not be in our area, but one of the things that I really want to focus on is that just because we don't have a service in our area doesn't mean that we can't give out that information, right? I'm sure that our doctors are not all in the in Community Board 17 neighborhoods, right? We choose doctors elsewhere. So I like to gather this information so that I let people see that they have choices and they can go different places. And if we are lacking in a certain service in our area, well, here's the resource that you can go, might be a bit traveling, but it is, the information is readily there for you. What else is happening? So, we're coming on to the end of the board's year, which will end June 30th. We have no sessions in July, but I am going to leave you with a charge to come back for the next board session, which will start in September, with things that, you want to talk about, things that you feel that we should get involved with, that sort of thing. And then the next board meeting is scheduled for next Wednesday at 7 p.m. at SUNY Downstate. Please go out and, attend. There is, let's see if there's any presentations. So also, yes, we should talk about this. Presentation, the FY27 capital and expense budget submission. They're asking, residents and members to please come prepared to participate in this process. And the capital and expense budget is really important for our community because and these are our capital projects, right? Large projects, I think like over $25,000 or $30,000. So some of the things that we have advocated for in the past is like, people put in like for their schools to have cameras all around. Those can be considered capital projects because it is not cheap. If you're going to install the cameras, you also have to install, the video system where you can monitor and the screens and stuff. It could be, and I guess I'm just going to focus on schools. Like if a school needs a cafeteria remodel, something like that. So one of the things I'm looking at also, and I have to do this, is that Walt Whitman. Oh, before I say that, last week or week before, Walt Whitman had the community school forum, and I went over there. I met the principal, Miss Greens, and I had a conversation with her, and the previous CSD that was there, I also had a conversation with her that they're looking to get a laundry area in the basement, and it's primarily a washer and dryer to help out with some of the parents and stuff. So I think that, they have to be electrical work that needs to be done. Some of the space may need to be renovated to accommodate, the washer and dryer and then buying of it. So I consider that like to be like a capital project also. So please, if you think it doesn't have to be schools, it could be just things in the neighborhood that you want to see happening. Please come out, share your opinions, write them down, or send the information to Ms. Farah on the board. It's very helpful if you can do that. And that ends my report. Are there any questions? Okay, so moving on, I want to talk about our spelling bee. So I know we usually we would have a good few amount of people start to get on like at this time, but it's just us. So our spelling bee is scheduled for June 28th. And I just want to ask people to push this, do more outreach. I want to get more students, involved and around this. So it's even your family members. You have young people in your homes. Like, get them involved. Come out. They're great prices. There's the laptop, tablets, and we're still trying to get some of the if we get any kind of funds to do the gift cards, which is $75. We're going to have some light refreshments there. JP Morgan Chase is going to do backpack giveaways. So please, everything is online. If you need an application or what, please reach out to Ms. Farah, or you can call me. But we really, really want to get our schools and CBOs and just our young folks in the community involved in this and to come out, and partake. We also are looking, I need 2 more judges and a word caller. So if you're interested or you know someone that would fit lovely within there, please have them contact me or Miss Farah. Okay. And then Youth Happening. Youth Happening is scheduled for August 7th. This is our big end of the year event. It is all day, 10 to 4 in the park, Proddigate Park. We usually have we provide lunch, and we do hot dogs, hamburgers. Other organizations come in and they bring their own stuff. We have music, and this year we're trying to add few more things. So what I have done, I bought a whole set of swag for the Youth and Education Department. We now have bags. I'm sorry, I said Department. Youth and Education Committee. Sorry, just speaking DOE all day. I got bags. We've got pens, pencils. I got to find out from Miss Frazier if we're going to be able to get our shirts, but a lot of nice swag and stuff that we can give away. And, one of the things that I want to do is when we are tabling at events, that we're able to, get people to come to our tables to do these things. So there's, really great stuff that we have in there. Any questions around Youth Happenings? And we're also looking for donations and people to be on site that day. And I'm just if you are not working that day, please come out, join us, help, with the tabling, serving the kids. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. So if you're available, please let us know. Any questions around Youth Happening, Spelling Bee? Anything you're concerned about in those two things? Okay.
Ms. Granderson,
Yes, ma'am.
just wanted to add, I will not be there for the spelling bee, but I'll be back from the youth happening, so I would assist with that.
Oh, that's great. I'm so happy to have you there this year. I know that you're usually away, but it will be great.
Yeah.
So great to have you there. The other thing is our website, right? So I've started to ask Ms. Farah to make some updates on the website in terms of, you know, just put in more information. And I think I've said this before, that one of the things I want to do is to have a resource page. And this is why this breakfast that I went to, I was really glad and happy to have met, you know, a lot of people there and stuff like that. So it's like this kind of information, like I want to do it like in categories: health services, schools, CBOs, and just have links to the actual website. There's actually someone that I met at that networking, Cindy, and she has an event she wants to put on. I don't know if anyone ever did a poverty simulation or you've ever heard about it. But it's something they're going to let me know when they're doing it, and I would love for all you guys to come, because what it really does is show, you know, especially parents who are on a fixed income or below the poverty line, you get to like have like limited money, and then you have to figure out how to utilize that money in buying food, paying rent, paying utilities, you know, getting clothes for your kids. It's a really, really eye-opening simulation that you do. So when they tell me, I am definitely going to ask you guys to participate. It's going to be in person, but it's something that I would hope that maybe we can just do as a committee together. So that would be great. But I want you to also go on the board's website and take a look at the youth and education page. And I want you to actually send me some feedback. Tell me what you think, and you can send it to me and Ms. Farah to tell me what you think about, you know, what you would like to see on there, what we should do differently. Okay. Any questions around that? Okay. So I know we don't have a lot of folks here, and it's just something I wanted to touch briefly. So I'm sure that you guys know that the federal budget came out, and there's a lot of cuts. There's the cuts to after school programs. There's a cut to the 21st century programs, which has in the past, I think it's part of the violence prevention program, and it funded a lot of after school programs. Let's just say that 21st century funded a lot of after school programs, and that is going to be cut drastically. So our schools, these programs, you know, come FY26 when school reopens, there's going to be limited after school programs, or some schools are just going to have to cut the programs altogether unless they can find private funding. They can collaborate with some CBOs and or just schools coming together and joining their programs together, right? I feel like this is where possibly a lot of partnerships should probably be formed, because it when you take your resources and you compound them together, it can go very far and it can do a lot. So we're looking at this. So let me see here. So the 26th budget, 21st century community learning centers, 0 for FY26. I mean, there's a lot of zeros in here. The state assessments, no funding for 26. Education for homeless children and youth, no funding. Native Hawaiian education, no funding. And it goes on and on. But, the ones that we know really well the majority of them have been cut. We've also heard about the cuts to the SNAP program also. And there's something that I heard that was going around, and it was just the way it was being said was misrepresentative or what. And it was around kids who are 7 years old or what are considered independent or what. What the policy really is, it is if you have kids, I guess from infants to like 7 years old, you will get your benefits. The policy is requiring that if you have kids who are 7 or older, they're not independent. I mean, for people to think that, that's really ridiculous. It is that you now, in order to get your benefits, you have to work. That is the stipulation in there. It doesn't mean, oh, you're cutting off and kids got to fend for themselves. You now have to go to work, because the way the program was working before was that you did not have to work. You did not have to be in the workforce in order to get this. So you were just, you could get these benefits. But now it's requiring that you must work if your kids are 7 years and up. There's a lot that's happening within our schools. And I think when we come back in September and over the summer, because the budget has not been passed yet, it will not probably be late again or what. But there's a lot of things between July and August that's going to come down. I'm hoping that I can get a comprehensive list so that by September, when we come back, that, we have more information. We see what are the needs for our kids, where we can help our schools. I know that it's hard because the whole thing here is money, and we as a board do not have money. But I want us to have the correct information around the SNAP program and any other food program. I want us to have what the requirements are, what the policies is, and I don't want us to go off of, oh, this was said, what people may be coming up with on social media or how they choose to interpret it. I want us to have the correct policy, what that policy requires, how it will affect our schools or even our general community. So that is one of the things, as this budget is being tossed around in Congress, that we get the final details. And I also, I think if there's anything that I'm not clear on or need more information on, that I can at least maybe early September have a sit down with Congresswoman Yvette Clarke and just go through some of these things with her. I am going to share the link in the chat where you can take a look at this budget for yourself. You may belong to other organizations that are talking about this. You may be in a PTA meeting, that you want to discuss. So I'm going to, oh, my computer is acting up. I put the link there, and, have that read. And as I said, this budget is not finalized. There's a lot of things. There are things in here that I don't like also that has been removed. But I think that once we get closer to Congress making a decision to pass this budget, that we'll have a clearer picture. So for now, just go through, read. Any questions? Okay, hearing none. I think we're going to finish up early tonight. So
Ms.
there's
Gleason?
no. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I have my hands up. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not
Just
regarding,
It's okay. It's okay. I'm just letting you guys know I am not seeing hands up. I don't know why. So just interrupt if there's something that you want to say. Just let me know you have a question. I don't know what's
yes,
going on
but
with this.
I'm going back to two things. One, the spelling bee.
Yes.
You said you needed help. I think it was three things, and I can write it down.
Yes. I need 3 judges. I have 1 so far. So I need 2 more judges. I need someone to pronounce the words. What do you call it? A facilitator. And then we need some donations for the 3rd prize, which is a $75 gift card.
Yes. If
Yeah.
you need help with one of the judges, we want to say how many groups, they have different age groups, right? Because I think it's from, what is it, from 4 to 6? The event
Yes,
the event is the 20th.
yes, it's from 4 to 6. Well, I say 4 o'clock because depending on how many, so far we have 3 students signed up,
Okay.
and we're
And you
working
have,
to get
you
more.
have refresh my mind. We have in
Mhm.
different age groups. I just want,
Yes,
yes, okay.
yes, we have. Let me just pull it up so that I'm not saying wrong information. We have, ooh. Okay, 2nd and 3rd grade, 4th and 5th, and 6th to 8th. Those are the 3 age categories. And they must attend school or live within Community Board 17 boundaries.
Okay, and what the judges would entail would be, we would have the words in front of us, and then we
Yes,
just have to make sure that they spell it identically to what we have there.
yes, sir. Yep.
Okay, so if you need, you could have me down. I would prefer to have, if an educator is really interested in it. But if you do need someone and you don't get, you could add me add me to the list of judging. Because
Yeah,
I've done
results.
it in the past, way back then, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
So
No,
no, I'm
that's
sorry.
fine.
I did not do the spelling bee. It was the what you call it, the essay writing
The
that I
essay,
did.
yes. We
Yeah,
were there also, as I keep telling
yeah,
you guys. Every
yeah.
time I turn around, Mr. Tate is there. We did the essay competition
Yes.
also. But
Yeah, so
yeah,
if you
the
need me,
judging is perfectly
you could count on me as one of the judges.
okay. Great. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Thank you.
you're
Thank you.
welcome.
Oh,
And one more thing I have is
mhm.
regarding the bridging access to care.
Yes.
Okay, because I've been participating in some of their events because they do have they hold a lot of events over here at 3301 Foster Avenue.
Yeah.
Yes, and at the Flatbush Garden Community Center.
Yes.
Yeah, like every Monday night, they have like a wellness education with
Mm-hmm.
a practitioner nurse from 4 to 6. And then the first Saturday of every month, they have a chair massage
Oh.
for free. Yes. If you want me to do it, I could send you the calendar because I have the calendar because I've been participating in quite a few things over there. And they also have like dance classes and
Uh-huh.
so forth. Yeah. So I'm one that I say I have participated in just about
Oh.
every week. I'm there where doing something to have mental health. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
yes, and then I think it's the 21st. They have what they call it's the 21st. It's a paint and sip,
Oh, paint and sip.
paint
Oh,
and
really?
juice, paint and juice. Yeah, that's what they do. They have the paint and then they give you, you know, juices. They blend their fruit juices and they give
Oh,
you, which is yeah, it's very. But they do a lot of things with mental health that
yeah.
I've gone to. So I could send you or I could drop it by Miss Farr because I have a lot of their flyers and also their
Mhm.
calendar for the month.
That is
So
great. If you can share that with us, I don't mind coming over there an evening and participating in well, I
yes,
can or
and then
paint. I don't
yeah,
mind.
yes, and then
Um,
on the 21st, they have like a capoeira dance session over there.
oh, okay.
And at the same time, they will be having a men's health thing over there at Hillel Place by the junction.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I'll do, I will scan this and send it to you and Miss Farah, and then you all could disseminate it with the committee.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I don't mind coming out at evening and yeah,
Yeah.
doing something like that. And maybe we can make it instead of having a meeting, we have, a little event activity as a committee
Yeah.
for those who want to come out. Yeah, I like that. So thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tate.
Yeah, and I mentioned they have things for for youngsters. As I
Yeah.
see one that says like, do you have concerns about substance and housing? They help them with substance abuse and for for youngster ages 18 through 25 that they do a lot of help with them. So
Okay.
I'll send you all this thing because
Okay. Great. Great.
I've been a bit involved with them lately. So
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. I like that. That is great. Does anybody else have any questions or anything that um, you know, we should think about visiting over the summer?
I just have a question. This is Simone Monet.
Yes.
Is this so this is the last meeting until September?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes,
if
the
we
last
do,
official.
yeah, the last official, okay, so you say official, so if we know of information or different things that are going on, is the newsletter still going to be put out during the summer?
Yes. Miss Farah, I'm saying yes, I should ask you this. Will you
Yes,
still
and
be, go ahead.
sorry, yeah, the newsletter will still be active during the summertime. I am hoping to have it released maybe a little bit earlier. Currently, I have it the day after the general board meeting, but maybe I'll work towards having it out on the 15th for, July and August and such. And then we'll go back to our regularly scheduled program in the coming September months and forward.
Okay, thank you. So if we have anything, we the protocol is to send it to Gail and CCU, and you all will decide if it makes the newsletter as far as information for youth and families and educational things that may be happening, right?
Absolutely,
Yes.
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great. Thank you.
Okay,
Awesome.
one more thing, Ms. Granison.
Yes, sir.
And Thursday, the 26th, from 4 to 6, Bridging Access at 3301 Plaza, they will be having another meet and greet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so because I'm looking at the calendar right now, so since we have other people there and here, I just want to let them know Thursday, 26th, from 4 to 6 is
Okay.
it's a new moving meet and greet. So you can
Okay.
do that.
Oh, sounds great. Sounds great. Awesome. Anybody else have anything? Okay. So with that, I'm going to wish everyone a great summer. I'm looking forward to seeing you at Youth Happening and communicating with you around Youth Happening in July. Remember, it's August 7th, 10 to 4 in Patagate Park.
Yeah. One more. Just want
Okay.
to let you know. No, I will be there for Youth Happening, but the week before I will be away because I'm coming back August 6th. So I'll be
Oh,
there.
okay. Right on the
Yeah, I'll be
cusp.
there. Yeah, I'll be there on the 7th. But the week prior to that, I will not be available. I'll be in St.
Okay.
Vincent.
All right. That is fine. Thank you. So you will be getting some information also. You'll be seeing emails. I will be asking folks to volunteer or to do some stuff. But just a bit more details if you can fit in anyway. We are going to be doing arts and crafts activities and stuff. So, and books. If you've got books that you can donate, give away, they can be adult or kids. Please, just let us know if you, and I don't know if you're like me, like I do every spring coming into summer, I go through my closet and stuff like that, and there's stuff that I want to give away. We could have a table with that to give. It's not only the CBOs that come, or the daycares, I should say. There are other people in the park also, and these could be slightly used clothes, nothing that is just tottered and torn or anything like that. So please let me know. But I wish you guys the best for the summer. Enjoy it with your families. Please stay safe. And at 8:20, I'm going to ask someone to please make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I, Simone Monet, make a motion. I move to adjourn this meeting.
Can I get a second, please?
George, 8 seconds.
Thank you. And with that, the meeting of the Youth and Education Committee has ended at 8:21 p.m. Thank you all and have a good night.
Good.
Yeah, good.